Alright. What's up, nerds and nerdettes? Major Krim here for Sleepers for the Week, and today I want to talk to you guys about Season 2 of the new Berserk anime. So I know the first thing that people are wondering is Season 2 better looking? Is the animation better than the CG things that we've seen before? And the answer to that is the CG is still the same, but it looks a little more refined. So from what I gathered and what I noticed, I think that this season and last season were done at the same time. And the reason why I say that is because all the character models and everything is pretty much the same. The intro is really done well, and the opening cinematics make you yearn for that 2D, more hand-drawn traditional look. And it sucks when you transition from this to this. It's definitely still off-putting. However, I don't think that people should be too concerned right now for this season because, like I said, I think they already had this plan. They already had this made. They just split it into 2 seasons. So I think if they keep taking the feedback, which they have in this season, because if you take notice to a lot of the character models, there's a lot more lines, there's a lot more detail, there's a lot more effects on top of things to make it look better, because there are some action sequences and some things that happen that are really cool to watch. I just wish they were more fleshed out, and I understand that the studio probably doesn't have the money to make this like Advent Children style or Gantz movie style, which I've heard people say that why can't they make the animation look as good as, say, Final Fantasy or the Gantz movie? And my answer to that is they don't have the money or the budget to make a production that high of a caliber of CGI. So that's why we need to support this. So with that being said, let's get that out of the way. The animation is a little bit better. You can tell they try to refine it a little bit more because I'm pretty sure they heard the fan outlash about the CG. So let's hop right over that and get into what matters, which is the characters, the plot, and the music. So the characters are very well done in this section of the anime. You're starting to see a lot more details of the past of these new characters. If you're familiar with the Golden Age arc, you are not so familiar with like Lady Farnese or Serpico coming in. And please forgive me for my pronunciations. I'm really bad with pronunciations. But you're starting to see more of their backstories, where they came from, what their motivations are, and how they fit into this new world. And let me just say that some of the flashback sequences where it tells more of their plot and more of their background, I like it. A lot of people are kind of upset about how they're leapfrogging and how they are rushing things. It seems like, you know, they're not spending enough time, some people think. I don't mind that, because one of the hardest things that it is for me to get friends into anime is when it drags. This is why Akame ga Kill is such a great anime. They don't beat around the bush, they don't drag things out, they get right to the point, and it's usually right in the next episode when something happens. This is kind of the same formula that Berserk is following. You're kind of getting an episode of story, maybe 2 episodes of story, and then an episode where something big happens. And I like that. It keeps the pace good. The pacing is done very well in this series, much better than Season 1. When they did Season 1 last year, the pacing was a little off. It was hard to kind of keep up with. It was better to watch all in one shot. With the new season, they actually have they're getting better with their pacing, which is nice. We get to see a lot more of our main characters get fleshed out. We get to see a lot more about them and living in this current world. We get to see some old characters come back, and that's intense as crap. I just want to let you know that this has probably been the most intense season that I've ever watched on an anime. I'm at the edge of my seat, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. I can't really get into any more of character detail without going into spoilers, but basically I like where they're going. I like how they're fleshing it out. I like that they're not taking forever to explain things. They're just getting right to the point and getting to what is currently going on. They don't linger too heavily on the past, which is nice. The plot holds hand in hand with the pacing. I really like the pacing of this season, and the plot, I really like where it's going. I know where it's going to go because I've read the manga, and I'm excited to see what they do. So far, I'm about 6 episodes in. I think I need to watch the 6th episode. I need to watch the 6th episode. I still need to watch episode 6. But up until this point, I've been hooked. I'm excited. I want to see more, and there were some episodes in season 1 that kind of lulled for me, that I was kind of like, let's just get on with it, you know? And this season is doing that. It's giving me the story that I need and giving me the action that I need right when I need it. And that's what I like. So I would say that as far as plot and story wise, this is definitely worth getting into right now. Like, if you can, tear through first season on Crunchyroll, because first season is a lot easier to watch in one go. You'll probably finish it very quickly because you won't have to wait for those episodes to come out. You can just knock them out one after the other. And this season is pretty much just fun. Like, I'm excited for it. That's I put my stamp of approval on it. If you are wondering if you should watch this, I'm about 5 episodes in and I'm loving it. So I highly recommend this. I'm a big fan of Berserk anyway, and I'm really enjoying what they're doing with it, and I hope to see them improve it even more. So with that being said, let's go into a little bit of the music, because the music is awesome. Once again, great, fantastic orchestral pieces mixed with some grungy, heavy metal sounds. And that's what I like. That's what Berserk is to me. Right now, in this age of Berserk, it is dark. It is very dark, and the mixture of orchestra and metal is great. I would love to see them take this even further in future seasons. So guys, if you're listening, metal and orchestra, I'm on board, bro. Keep doing that. That stuff is awesome. So if you're wondering if you should watch season 2 of Berserk, the new series, I say yes. And if you haven't seen season 1, recap that, go into Crunchyroll, watch that through, catch up. If you haven't seen any of Berserk period, check out the movies. I highly recommend the movies. The original series is great, do not get me wrong, but if you want a good connection and a good bridge between the Golden Age arc, which is the originals, and this new series, watch the movies, because the movies, at the end of the movie trilogy, it will bridge the gap between the movies and this new series and where it picks up. So I highly recommend getting into the movies. Stamp of approval for Berserk. I'm still loving it. I'm still excited to see where it goes. I hope they continue to improve and get better with the animation. I know that people are very, very adamant about the animation and wanting it to change, and I see where they're coming from, because the manga is so well drawn. It's so beautifully illustrated that this manga deserves to have a great anime adaptation. And I like what I'm getting so far. So please do not take this as that I don't like it entirely. I'm just not too keen on the animations, and I hope that whoever is listening or watching, and if maybe someone that works in the company, maybe they are already working on making season 3 even better animated and less CG, don't know. But with that being said, guys, support your anime. Support when things like this happen, even if they're not 100% like the way you want them to be, because the fact is that we've been waiting for this for so long. And yes, this is disappointing to some people to see the animation choices. However, if we don't get it now, we won't get it later. And what I mean by that is, we might get another iteration of Berserk down the road when they have more money and they can develop it more and it can be more well drawn or whatever you want. You know, the animation studio that did the movies, which I thought were very well done, by the way, they can come in and take it over and redo what the series is doing. You never know. Support these types of things, because if you don't support them, they're never going to gain traction. They're never going to get better and improve, guys. That's how I feel about Ghost in the Shell as well. People wanted to boycott Ghost in the Shell. That movie was the best thing that ever happened to Ghost in the Shell, because guess what? We're getting another anime, guys. We're getting another anime. It boosted up the level of want and notice around Ghost in the Shell to give us more, the fans, more. So don't let something small hinder you and boycott something and don't watch something because of something that just didn't come out the way you wanted it to. Nothing's ever going to come out. An adaptation is never going to fully, truly stick 100% to the source material, especially if the studio involved does not have the budget to do so. So always keep that in mind. So anyway, guys, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. I kept this spoiler free for you guys so that I wouldn't give anything away. Just wanted to give my recommendation, and I hadn't put up a video in a while because I've been very busy and I'm working on lots of projects, but I promise I got more content coming out. I hope you guys stick around for it, and let me know in the comment section below if you've seen the new season of Berserk. What do you guys think of it so far? I'm excited. I can't wait to do a final review at the end of the season. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button, smash it, share it, pass it around, subscribe if you want to see more content. This is Major Krim for Sleepers for the Week. Love you guys. Peace. I cannot talk today. I cannot talk today. I cannot talk today.